Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Welcome everyone to the Deep Dive. This is where we take some really powerful sources and, well, we try to pull out the key nuggets of wisdom for you.
That's the plan.
And today our mission is to explore a really profound piece of wisdom. It feels timeless, actually, and it offers this kind of shortcut to understanding ourselves and, the world around us.
Exactly. We're diving into one specific, very rich source today, the Amrit Vela Hukamnama from Sri Darbar Sahib, Amritsar.
Okay.
And we're looking at the one dated July 12, 2025. You'll find it on Ang 688 of the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, penned by Guru Nanak Dev Ji.
Right, Ang 688. I'm really looking forward to this. We're going to unpack how these, ancient verses speak so directly to the struggles we face now. Things like feeling overwhelmed, that constant chase for more, and how this Hukamnama guides us towards, well, peace, real understanding.
Prepare for some potential aha moments, hopefully. It offers some really surprising insights.
Okay, let's get into it. Where do we start?
Let's start right at the very beginning. The Hukamnama opens with this incredibly powerful line, Jiva Teraterai Nai Man Anandhai Ji.
Which means?
It translates to, I live by your name. My mind is in ecstasy, Lord.
Wow. Okay.
It just immediately sets the tone, doesn't it? The connecting with the divine name isn't just, a good practice. It's presented as the direct path to ultimate joy. Spiritual life itself.
That's quite a statement right away. True joy isn't something you chase outside, but it's like an immediate state you access just by connecting with the name.
Precisely, like flipping an inner switch.
So what else does this opening tell us about the nature of the divine?
Well, what's really fascinating, I think, is how it immediately establishes the Lord as the creator, yes, but also the sustainer, and crucially, the destroyer.
All three.
All three. The Hukamnama says, the creator Lord who created shall also destroy. And it stresses that the call of death, the divine command, or Hukama, it's inevitable. Unchallengeable.
The call of death is sent out by the Lord's command. No one can challenge it, that line.
It really makes you pause, doesn't it? In a world where we're constantly trying to control our circumstances, our health, even how long we live, how do we find peace when faced with such ultimate unchallengeable authority?
That's a huge question. We pour so much energy into control, and the Hukamnama seems to lean into that, saying, he himself creates and watches. His written command is above each and every head.
Exactly. And he himself imparts understanding and awareness.
Yeah.
He even reminds us that, compared to the divine, everyone else is transient. No one can compare to you, Lord. All come and go. We're temporary.
So if everything operates under this divine command, this hukam, what's the practical advice for us, dealing with daily anxieties, trying to find some certainty?
Well, the Hukamnama suggests something kind of counterintuitive. The path to peace isn't fighting for control where we, frankly, don't have it. It's about recognizing and embracing hukam, this divine order, this will.
So acceptance, but not passive resignation.
More like liberation, maybe. Liberation from the anxiety of needing control. It says, by your command, the account is settled and doubt is dispelled.
Doubt is dispelled.
Yeah, and it points to the Guru's wisdom as the key. The Guru dispels doubt and makes us speak the unspoken speech. The true ones are absorbed into truth. This, it suggests, is what resolves that cycle of birth and death.
So true greatness, real stability in this constantly changing world, comes from the Guru, from the Lord's name. It's finding freedom within the flow, not by fighting it.
That's a great way to put it, freedom within the flow.
Okay, so building on that idea, aligning with hukam, the hukama then takes this really interesting turn. It talks about duality, choices.
Right. The line, Ek Sahib du Ra Vadhandaya Jiu.
Which means?
There's only the one Lord and Master, but there are two paths by which conflict increases.
Two paths. Conflict increases. What are these paths usually thought to be? Duality, life and death.
It could be interpreted in several ways. Duality, birth and death cycles. Maybe even the path of truth versus falsehood. But the striking part is, it says these paths are also set in motion by hukam.
Ah, okay. All follow these two paths, by the hukam of the Lord's command. The world is born only to die. So even the conflict, the duality, is part of the divine order.
That seems to be the implication. And it feels incredibly relevant for us today, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Think about the constant barrage of conflicting choices, information overload online, the push-pull of our own desires.
Exactly. And the Hukamnama points to a core issue here. Without the name of the Lord, the mortal has no friend at all. He carries loads of sin on his head.
Loads of sin. What does that mean practically?
It's described very vividly as the poison form burden. This burden comes from material attachments, from forgetting the divine in our daily lives. It's like carrying this heavy, invisible backpack filled with worries, unfulfilled desires.
Yeah, I can picture that. So the Hukamnama is saying we come into the world by divine command, but then we often miss the point. We get lost collecting these burdens.
That seems to be the diagnosis.
I mean, you see it everywhere, don't you? The relentless chase for money, for status, for likes on social media, always needing the next new thing.
Consumerism, yeah.
It really can become this heavy, draining weight on your spirit, on your mind, that feeling of emptiness even when you get the thing you wanted. So many people feel that. What's the guidance from Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji here? How do we lighten that load?
Well, precisely. The Hukama guides us to see that the same hukam that brings us here is also the power that can, as it says, embellish us, straighten us out. The Lord's hukam is the embellisher.
Embellisher.
Meaning to refine us, perfect us. The key, it stresses, is realizing the true creator through the Shabad, the Guru's word. Through the Shabad, the word of the Lord and Master, the true creator Lord is realized.
So it's about tuning into that word, aligning with that deeper purpose, moving beyond just existing to truly living in harmony.
Yes. That's the antidote to carrying that heavy load. It's about finding that alignment.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we've got divine sovereignty, navigating duality. How does this wisdom actually look in practice in people's lives? The Hukamnama paints a picture, doesn't it?
It does beautifully. It talks about the devotees. Your devotees look beautiful in your court, embellished with the Shabad.
Embellished with the Shabad. There's that word again.
Right. It suggests an inner radiance, a transformation. They chant the ambrosial word of his body, savoring it with their tongues. And through this, they develop this deep thirst for the name, not for worldly things, but for the divine name itself.
So their desires shift.
Exactly. And there's this fascinating analogy, the philosopher's stone.
Ah, the stone that turns lead into gold.
That's the one. The Hukamnama says, touching the philosopher's stone, they become the philosopher's stone themselves.
Wow. Meaning?
Meaning when these devotees align with the Lord, when they become pleasing to the divine mind, they don't just transform themselves, becoming pure, enlightened.
They can transform others too.
Precisely. They gain this incredible ability to inspire, to purify, to elevate those around them. Like the stone turning base metal into gold, they help transform others.
That's powerful. It really makes you think, what does it mean for us, for you listening, to be that kind of positive, transformative influence, radiating something good just by being who you are?
It's a profound potential, isn't it?
And the Hukamnama links this directly to getting rid of something specific, self-conceit, abhavav.
Yes. Yeah. Eradicating that ego, that self-centeredness, that's how they achieve immortal status, overcoming spiritual death, essentially.
And it notes this isn't common. How rare is that person who contemplates spiritual wisdom, which feels so countercultural today? Our world often rewards ego, self-promotion. Your worth feels tied to external validation. This offers a completely different path to real, lasting impact. Humility, devotion. It turns modern values upside down.
Absolutely. It describes these devotees as dealers in the truth. Their whole life, their purpose is aligned with these divine principles. They're actively living it, radiating it, not just believing it.
Okay. Which brings us to something incredibly relatable, a problem I think everyone struggles with at some point.
Go on.
Buk piaso ah kyu darjaya suji.
Ah, yes. I am hungry and thirsty for wealth. How will I be able to go to the Lord's court?
It's just so honest, isn't it? A direct admission of how that craving for stuff, for worldly gain, can feel like a barrier on our spiritual path. I mean, who hasn't felt that? Always wanting more, but still feeling empty.
It's almost the default setting for many of us, that endless chase. And the guidance here from Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji is so practical. It doesn't just state the problem, it gives the solution.
Which is?
I shall go and ask the true Guru and meditate on the name of the Lord. It says very clearly that the name alone stills thirst and desire.
Name alone. Not acquiring more things, not achieving more status, but meditating on the name.
Exactly. It's presented as a direct, actionable technique for managing those relentless cravings that drive so much of modern life.
So, for anyone listening who feels caught in that cycle, always hungry for the next thing, never quite satisfied, this Hukamnama points inward.
Deeply inward.
It says, I meditate on the true name, chant the true name, and as Gurmukh, I realize the true name. through the Guru's guidance. This connects you to the merciful, immaculate Lord, the master of the poor. It's like finding an internal wellspring to quench that external thirst.
That's a beautiful way to put it. The ultimate insight here seems to be that when the divine Hukam guides someone to meditate on the name, they actually overcome their mind's attachment to Maya.
Maya, the illusion, the distractions.
The illusory world of material distractions, endless desires, yeah. The Hukamnama concludes by calling the name the sweetest essence. Its power removes all those worldly desires. Through the name, thirst and desire are stilled.
So it's direct, practical guidance for anyone feeling swamped by consumerism or just that endless search for happiness out there. It points to an inner source of real, lasting contentment.
Exactly. It's a shift in focus from external seeking to internal finding.
Wow. Okay, so let's try and summarize this deep dive into the Hukamnama from July 12, 2025 on Ang 688. It really lays out a powerful path, doesn't it?
It really does. A path to joy, to liberation.
We've seen that real happiness, that ecstasy even, comes from connecting with the Lord's name. That the Guru's wisdom, the Shabad, helps us navigate life's conflicts, those two paths.
And helps us shed those heavy burdens of materialism and forgetting the divine.
Right, and that getting rid of ego, of self-conceit, is what truly transforms us. It allows us to become that positive force, like the Philosopher's Stone.
Which brings us back to the listener, really. It raises a question for you. How can you start to incorporate this practice? Connecting with a higher truth, maybe through meditation, maybe prayer, maybe just more conscious living.
How can you use that connection to transform that thirst for worldly things?
Into something deeper, more fulfilling spiritual contentment. It's food for thought.
Definitely.
Have a great and blessed day. PLS, forgive me for any mistakes. And in pronunciation of Gurbani in podcast language. Wasta.
We really hope this deep dive has given you some valuable insights, maybe a moment or two of clarity. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.